Hello guys. Let me close that. So I need to go to Target during my break, and I need to get an oven mitt. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually getting more than an oven mitt. No, everyone will love that. So I'm getting a couple things, and I wanted to talk today about this whole idea of trust. This is kind of an extension of the conversation about Brittany Dawn, and the reason that so many people, besides the obvious reason, the reason for the upset and the outrage against her is actually part of it stems from her history online. And I know that sometimes I sound like a broken record, and I kind of apologize for that. Not really, but I know some people hate when the same point is brought up. But when we're talking about influencers and this whole idea of trust and being able to take someone's word at face value, it really matters. Aside from it mattering just for the obvious reason of you shouldn't lie to people, one of the other reasons why it matters so much is because when something like this happens, like what happened with Brittany Dawn, I received a couple of comments that were somewhere along the lines of, well, how do you know how bad the dog was? How do you know, how do you know that it should have seen a vet? You don't know what she saw. You don't know this. And, for the most part, people understand the whole concept of why people are mad. You don't leave your dogs roaming around in a yard, no supervision, while you're out shopping at Lowe's for 45 damn minutes. And then, instead of taking the dog to get help, you shoot in the head. Like, these are pretty easy concepts to understand for most people. The problem is that her long-standing history of being a scammer, a liar, money-hungry, disingenuous, those have followed her during her time online. So she's already been proven to be someone that will take your money under a false message, and someone who is not very genuine or forthcoming with her audience. So the trust is gone. So anyway, I'm going to run in Target and we will continue this conversation in just a second. The more boring stuff I put in my trunk: tinfoil, Ziploc bags, Swiffer things to get the dog hair, lint rollers, boring. But the other stuff I put in a separate bag so I could show you guys. This is one thing. I got this lay flat notebook. So it has this little design on it, and it's a little bit smaller so I can fit it in my handbag a little bit easier. So I grabbed that. Then I also got some of my favorite pens. If you guys are in the market for pens that are cheap and easy to find, look at the Pentel Roller Gel 0.7 Energel RTX. And I got a blue and a black. It also comes in purple. And then I also got my Righteous Butter because I needed a new one. If anyone knows Brittany Dawn's history, then you'll understand why. The problem with this whole idea is that when you're known to be a liar, you come out and you tell people, oh, this situation was really bad, so this is what we had to do because this situation was bad. But because you have a history of being a liar and a scam artist and disingenuously collecting money off of your subscribers, people are not going to believe that, like, oh, it was the only choice that we had. We had to make this choice because it was so bad. Whereas if you consider taking this from the stance of someone who didn't have the history that Brittany has, and, you know, wasn't caught doing the grimy things that she was caught doing, there might be a little bit more understanding from people that were skeptical. Does that make sense? I hope that I'm explaining this in a way that it makes sense. But it's just like what I said with the boy that cried wolf. It's like, so many times you say that this is happening when it's really not happening, whatever that event is. And then when it finally happens, people aren't going to believe you. You know, people unfortunately are not going to be in a position where they want to believe you because you've been shown to be dishonest so many times. And this whole idea of lying to subscribers, I just don't understand lying to subscribers. And I know that this might, you know, of course, make me sound like I'm on my high horse again, whatever with that. But I would rather stay silent about something than lie about it. If it's something that, if there was ever a situation where I felt like, oh, I'm gonna lie, then I would rather just not say anything. And that's what I think about so many times, is just the fact that instead of coming up with all of these elaborate storylines and, you know, putting out a story and having the risk of it being exposed as a lie, instead of risking all of that, why don't you just not say anything and not make it public? You know, there is not an obligation to tell people everything. There are just some things that are not meant to be on the internet. And, you know, a lot of what I've seen is usually it will be a lie in order to become wealthier. And I don't think that we're ever going to end up getting rid of that, just because it feels like, you know, especially with social media, so many people are out to build their bottom line. And if it means feeding out lies that may or may not be disproven in the future, that's a gamble that they're willing to take. And I've said this once, I'll say it again. If you ever feel concerned that who you're supporting might not be who they say they are, I always encourage people to follow influencers on more than one platform. If you find them on YouTube, go look at their Instagram. Go look at how they are on Twitter. Twitter's a dead giveaway. There are a lot of people on YouTube that I have personally seen, and no, I don't have a Twitter, but I'm still able to look at tweets because that's just how it goes. But I have seen several creators just be bags on Twitter, and they are not who they are on YouTube, and they are messy and toxic and really allow their true colors to show on other social media platforms. And you know, the narrative is very funny to me, how people will be like, oh, well, I am who I am. I'm who I am now. The old me wasn't the genuine me, or whatever. And it's just like, no, you're just allowing your mask to slip, and now people are calling you out for it because you're being caught in lies or whatever nonsense of the week is going on, and you're trying to claim that whatever the current version of yourself is the real you. But 6 months ago, you also said that was the real you. So here we go again with the trust and constantly chasing your tail. It's just funny. I've always said I like to, and I know that you can only know someone so much through a screen, but I have found that very interesting of the different personas that people put on depending on what platform they're on. So if you act really sweet and wholesome and self-aware on Instagram, but then you're over on TikTok acting like a complete fool, which one is the real you? But I don't know. I just always feel like if you can start out your time on YouTube or social media, whatever your platform is, if you're able to start that out and be genuine, and I know that people change, but I'm talking about drastic changes, like going from being very quiet and reserved to being a loudmouth bully or, a troll. Those are dramatic changes. Those are not someone changing because they're getting a little bit older or more mature. These are dramatic changes. So I know you guys will know what I'm talking about. But, if you can just try your best to be genuine, don't lie. If you feel like you're going to come out with something and it's going to be a lie, maybe it doesn't belong online if you feel like you're going to lie when you put it out there. I don't know. I think that you guys know by now, my trust with you guys is everything. And it's not even me putting myself on a pedestal or a high horse, but I've been honest to a fault during my time online. I've been, at times, my honesty has gotten me some interesting comments and definitely some less than neutral feedback. Let's just say that. But I'm going to be honest, and if I ever feel like I'm not able to share an opinion in a meaningful way, or if I'm going to lie about how I feel about someone, or try to, I don't know, manipulate the situation or change my feelings just to appease people, then I'm just not going to put it online. I just always think it's kind of funny when people will say, they'll come to me and be like, oh my God, I didn't know this person was like this on so-and-so platform. It's totally different than what they're like on so-and-so platform. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I say, look at multiple platforms, look and see how these people are. There's just some really interesting things that you can see once you actually start to look at it. Look at the full picture. If it's someone that you care about supporting and you feel good about it, just, I don't know. I always tell people, just use your social media currency in a positive way. And I think that what's going on with Brittany Dawn is it's a confirmation to the statement that your history will follow you online. When you're a smaller channel, it might only be a few people that are aware of what a shitty individual you are. But as you grow, more and more people will figure out that you're a known scammer or just overall toxic person or a bully. Maybe you're a covert bully where you hide it a little bit better. But eventually all things come out and it is what it is. So either way, for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.